What's up? What's up? This your boy Lyrics from the 559 podcast. How's everybody doing? I know I'm doing good. Hey, look, again, if you are an artist, you know, it don't matter what it is. You can print T-shirts. I mean, you're a creator. You're a designer. I mean, you're an actor, producer. You're a rapper, singer. Hey, man, hit me up. I would love to interview you. And this is the platform to do it. Although I'm here from the 559, doesn't mean I'm just going to interview the people that are, from the 559 area. I want to interview everybody from north to the south, man, to the east to the west. You know what it is? However, today I get to interview somebody special. This individual got me on the movie, her movie, that she directed, that she wrote. She's an executive producer in this film. She's a producer in this film. I believe she even casted her actors in this film. I mean, she did it all. And I believe this is her first film that she did. So I'm going to interview the homegirl, Angel Ray. What's up, Angel?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing good, doing good. So excited to get you on today.
Oh, that's so nice. I'm so glad that you got me on because I was wondering about all this.
Yeah, I remember I told you I was gonna get you on, and you're like, "Man, is this gonna be like a video or something? I need to put my makeup on." I'm like, "No, don't worry about it. No, it's just straight audio. We're just doing audio right now, and but again, I'm excited to get you on and talk about the movie that that you worked on. I know you.
Yes.
Been busy with this film, and go ahead. Let's talk about that. In fact, let's talk about you. Like, let's talk about like where you're from, and if we could do that.
Actually, I'm born and raised in Los Angeles, but I'm in the city. I was born and raised in the city of Norwalk. We call it the no walk.
The no walk. Why is that?
We call it the no walk, and the reason why is because of the federal state courthouse there, and those where everybody get in trouble, and they're very, how do you say, brutal. They don't let anybody walk, pretty much.
Wow.
So I grew up there and all my life, and then I moved on to other cities and stuff as I got after having my kids and stuff. But yeah, that's where I was born and raised in LA in the small city called Norwalk.
Oh, nice! Wow, small city. Okay, I mean, hey, look, I wanted to get you on so we could talk about the movie that you did. I know you wrote it, right, and you directed it. You're also the executive producer, meaning you and a producer. So I guess a lot of people are going to be thinking like, okay, what's the difference between an executive producer and a producer? I know this is probably going to hurt you.
Yes, I know. Let me share. I'll share. The producer is actually the main one who actually puts everything together as far as the cast and crew and everybody that's involved in the functioning part of the production. That's what a producer does.
Right.
And they basically get the crew, the camera, the director, sound, and, they're like the main one who just really puts it all together.
Right.
Now, and the executive producer is actually the ones who actually funds the movie or funds the production itself.
That's the part that hurts sometimes.
Yeah, so I am the executive producer of this. I put in about a good, I would say, 99% of my finances into this movie to make it happen.
Wow.
So yeah, it's been a challenge because I started off to try to do like fundraisers and campaign and stuff like that.
Right.
But in December of 2019, I signed all the contracts to all the actors, and then all of a sudden COVID hit. Wow. And all my fundraisers, everything that I was supposed to do, came to a halt completely.
Wow.
And it came to a halt to
but
where
I think COVID just stopped a lot of things, though. It's just
yeah, COVID did stop a lot of productions, a lot of dreams, a lot of people's. It did.
I think during that time, sorry, Angel, I don't mean to cut you off. During that time, I was looking for, there was nothing going on. So, TikTok was like a hit during COVID, and that's when I got in. And I said, the only reason why I did it is to brushing up my acting skills. Did you get a chance to go on TikTok and do things on there? Be kind of creative, or were you never on that acting
No,
side?
no, not at all. I mean,
Okay.
okay. Are you there?
Yeah, no, I'm here.
Oh, I started to do basically no TikTok actually. It was more like Instagram stuff like that, you
Okay.
know. But, yeah.
That
So
was your
no,
outlet
not
though,
at
and you
all.
just kind of went towards Instagram, started doing things on there, right? During the whole COVID
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
So now that everything picked up, what had happened after that? Like when how long did it take you to put this movie together?
Well, like I said, when it came to the funds, that's kind of like that hindered the process, like delayed it, because of the finances. So there was more things to that. And eventually, in time, I did end up getting some finances, and I was able to actually start the production.
Mm.
And I was able to kind of put my efforts in getting this done by kind of spreading out the production. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
just setting it up for that day, or maybe like 4 filming days this day, and then in 2 3 months goes by, then I'm put another 4 days of filming, or you know what I mean, stuff like that.
Did like
So
how did you do it? Did you do like weekdays or did you do like weekends, whatever kind of like fit into your schedule?
I would at that time I would put it on, yeah, mostly like on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays we would film.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and it worked out for a lot of other people because you do have some actors that are still 9 to 5, having their day jobs and stuff like that.
Right.
I mean, you got to understand when it comes to like Chicano entertainment or just Chicanos itself and Mexicans that, when it comes to the entertainment industry with our community, a lot of them have to work because they
Right.
really don't get too much film time. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right. Yeah. No.
Hmm.
Exactly. So like, how long have you been in the film industry?
Well, I'll be honest, I started as a hair and makeup artist for entertainment.
Okay.
My grounds and my roots, I started off as a Disney hair and makeup for entertainment for Disney.
Yeah.
And so that's what I've been doing.
Okay. All right. Wow. Disney.
Back in the '90s, like I said, it's been a long time.
Wow. Wow. Hey, so let's just get down to it. Let us know about Sam's Cry.
Mm-hmm. So you want to know about Sam's
I
Cry?
want to know
Okay.
about Sam's Cry. Like, what made you create this film? I know it's based on a true story, but
Mm-hmm.
I'll let you, let us know.
Mm-hmm. Well, let me share. I knew Sam's mother. I also knew Sam, to be honest with you. I knew him as a child. Actually, me and him, I wouldn't even say that. I was 15 years old, and he was like about 11,
Oh
to
wow,
be
I don't
honest
think
with
I know
you.
that part.
I mean, I have roots with the family, and they're just like my family. And so I basically came together with during this time when this tragedy took place.
Yeah.
I had already been, in the family for almost like, oh God, probably like 15 to 18 years already. You get me?
Wow.
And Sam was already like a man, he was already like, like I said, I don't know, probably in his late 20s from what I understand. And so, anyways, and I hadn't seen him in a long time. I knew he was pretty much kind of incarcerated into the YA. That's what it was.
Okay.
But then when he came out, there was a situation that happened and occurred. But his mom and I, she was my mentor, to be honest with you. And when the tragic incident happened, we pitched it with a person that I know from Disney, who was also a film. He was a film producer himself, filmmaker.
Wow.
I
Right.
asked him if he wanted to take the story, and then he turned around and basically kind of, no, he just didn't find no interest in it. Is that something? That was like
Wow.
I think that was in like 2002, 2003.
Oh wow.
Well, yeah. Oh, yeah. This has been a
Wow.
long time coming. So we put it up on a shelf, didn't bother it, just left it there.
Wait a minute. So it's been that long? Like you wanted to do this movie
Well,
that long ago?
we pitched it. We pitched the story to this one person,
Yeah.
and he didn't think that it had any. I don't know. I just did. He just didn't.
I hear a lot of
He didn't.
stories like that. That's crazy.
Yeah, he didn't feel like there was a story to it. I guess he didn't capture it in his mind. He didn't capture nothing in it. And we talked to him and everything. We had a meeting, and no, so it sat there since 2003. It was just sitting on the shelf, to be honest with you. It wasn't until 2017
Yeah.
that this prophet, as I said, I believe in prophets. A lot of people believe in prophets. Some people believe in psychics. Oh, well, I don't believe in psychics, but I do believe in prophets.
Yeah.
And so the prophet told me that I was going to write and produce a movie and that it was going to cause waves. Well, when he told me that, I honestly, the only story I knew was Sam's. That's it. It just went straight to Sam. Didn't hesitate. Couldn't think of anything, and not that there was anything. Sam came to my spirit that it was his story to be told. So that's how that went. And I went and prayed about it, because I believe in prayer.
Yes.
And so that's how that came down, where I ended up realizing that it had to be Sam's story. And something came to me about a biblical scripture about Cain and Abel. And I believe it was Cain when he killed his brother Abel. And God had told Cain, "Why does your brother's blood cry out from the grave?"
Yeah.
And so that's kind of what was a confirmation that I felt like Sam was crying from the grave for his story to be told. So with that in mind, I started to write, and I started to write his story. Got the whole script together, and then I filed it with the Writers Guild and got my license on it, the number and everything for the copyright of it. Wow. And then after that, I started using Instagram to look for my actors. Isn't that funny?
It is, but it isn't. I think that's pretty cool. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, everybody was just tripping on me, and they really were tripping on me because I was literally, if I were to say that I wore every hat on this film, I kind of did, because I was the casting director. I was the.
You were casting on Instagram, man. I've done that. That's how I got Concrete too on Ghetto Busters and a lot of other people. But that's just I used it. That was my platform to find people. Hey, man.
Yeah, well, isn't that funny? But isn't that funny? Like, really, like that is.
You know what's so dope is that you could see somebody's work on there. You could go on YouTube or Instagram, and you could see somebody's work, and you're like, man, you know what? I really don't need him to really audition. Look at all his stuff. He's really funny, or he's good at what he does.
Yeah.
But sometimes it is good at but it is good to do an audition, because they may be good at doing like funny stuff and creative, but it's like, but can you take a script on and remember it? Like some people are good at theaters, but they're not good in filming a movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. So like being brand new and coming in as a independent filmmaker, like, were you nervous about filming, and how was it for the your first day of film? Like,
on the first day of film, it's so weird. I how can I say it? Like, because I had been on the back, on background type sets and stuff like that.
Yeah. So, but you had some experience just by watching, right?
Yeah, because I was always on set.
Right.
To be honest with you, I was always on set as a hair and makeup artist. So throughout I had already had 27 to 28 years of experience behind set, like anywhere from theater, film, television, fashion. Wow. I did a lot of stuff for the industry as far as in the film of entertainment. It was just work. Do you get what I'm saying? It was kind of more like work, and I don't mean that in an arrogant or any kind of way. It's just been when been doing it that many years. Like, I'll be honest with you, in the beginning of my first years, I was always excited.
Yeah.
About stuff like that, man. First years, I was all like.
So before, you're all starstruck, and then after a while, you're like, you know what? They're just like people. They're just people. They're just you and I. That's all. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because in the beginning it was exciting about working with people and doing set, film sets, or even the theater or fashion. I've always found those really exciting about doing all that, and building up like your reference, and you're building up things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Building up your portfolio, basically, kind of at that time. But now, when it came to this film, I looked at it more like it was like a project. Like I looked at it more like I said, like work. Like I knew I was on an assignment. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
I knew that I was on assignment. However, I kind of, I'll be honest with you, the most exciting day throughout the whole film would have been, I think, the bar scene.
Oh, okay. All right.
I don't know why.
I think that would be mine too.
You know why? Because it was everybody that was there.
Yeah.
They got to be themselves.
Right. Okay.
Everybody that was there at the bar scene, because it was the entertainment part, and it was like everybody was there and everybody was being themselves as far as themselves as an entertainer. That's what it meant,
Hey, that's cool though that you could do that, because it just, and it'll be natural, it becomes natural. I think that's dope. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was, and you know what? Honestly, the biggest joy of all of it, is really having a big cast and crew, and if you were to see everybody on it,
yeah,
it's like family. Like,
yes.
I kid you not, it's like I'm so proud of all my Chicano actors, not just the Chicanos, but just every performer on there did so well.
I believe it.
But we are the majority, in the film.
Right.
However, there are other, races in there, race or whatever. There's other people in there, which I enjoyed that they had loved hanging out with us. You know what I mean?
I think that's
so
cool.
A blessing.
I think that's so cool. Yeah, yes, it is a blessing. I mean, shout out to Danny and Freddie, Falcon Pictures, man. Like when we've done our films, everybody would say, "Hey, man, this is like family." Like, Martin, the comedian, Fluffy's homie. He's like, man, this set is like family. I mean, you would hear it from everybody. It's like we're not, because they'll tell us like it's not like we're stuck in a trailer and waiting for us to come out. Like you're waiting for us to come out to do our job. Like no, you allow us to hang out, chill, get some snacks whenever. Like we're just there watching and everybody's talking and that's like and that's dope, man. It makes people feel good, comfortable, and they want to do more. Like I understand, like if it's your first time on set, you may run into a director that's an asshole. Like, excuse my language, but that could happen where it's like, I don't think I want to do this anymore, right? Because right, I've seen it so many times. And then you'll see like directors fight with the cameraman, and the cameraman will fight with the lighting, and it's like, and then people are getting kicked out. It's like, oh man, I better not mess up. This is, but you got to, I saw that, I got used to it, and, but on our sets, man, it's like, okay, let's just it's just all fun. It's all fun. If we mess up, let's do it again. Let's do it again. Exactly. Knock it out till it's right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, because even my director and the camera guy, I loved my crew. I'll tell you why. They're so neutral and they're just quiet.
Yeah.
They were very quiet.
It wasn't like like Clint Eastwood movies, like Clint Eastwood movies, like they said it.
The one that I had the last time. I'm sorry, the one that I had last time. That he was not part of the beginnings of the production. He came in at the very last. So yeah, but anyways, what were you saying?
I was like, was it kind of like the Clint Eastwood movies where I heard Noel G say when he filmed on that movie, The Mule, it had to be sign language. Like it was quiet on set all the time. Like nobody would talk. If you needed to say something, you had to sign it. That's crazy, huh? That quiet. I don't know if I could do that, but
no, I'm talking about like they were quiet in their own way. Like in other words, they were really focused on all the the scenes and stuff.
Right.
And however, they were just real chill, you know. And there was no drama. That's just it. There was no drama, thank God. And everything worked out really well with the with the crew, the cast and the crew. They worked out so well that when I took up another project that's coming up, it's called Sister Margaret. That's the next film coming up
Oh,
that
okay.
I'll be working on, and
Look
it
at
was so
you. That's
good.
good. Go ahead.
Thank God for that. But anyway, so yeah, this guy, producer, his name is Jesse Estevez. His project is called Sister Margaret. He reached out to me because he's seen me on a podcast talking about Sam's Cry. And for something, he said, something in him said, I got to get a hold of her. That's what he said.
Oh,
So he got a hold of me and asked me if I could be his producer. And I said, sure. So went ahead and we got through it all. And we start filming this coming January. And we'll be start filming for his film
wow.
now.
Nice.
Yes, and
Nice.
I don't know if you're familiar with Second Chance. We end up casting Second Chance, Michael Gonzalez,
Uh,
and he's one that goes around singing like in a voice box. But
yeah,
anyways,
no, he knows who I am. I know who he is. He's a Christian artist. Yeah, yeah.
yeah. So
Right.
he took the lead role in Sister Margaret,
Okay.
and it's his first lead role. He's been in the industry for 22 years
I
trying
know.
to
I
get
know that he's been under Noel G's wing for a long time.
for a long time.
Yeah, like I remember
And he
that.
never ever got a lead role. He's had other roles, but not a lead role.
Right.
So this is his first lead role after 22 years or
And
more, and
right.
he is so excited about it. So there's some things that a lot of people wait for a long period of time before they're gonna actually meet, or how do you say it, where they actually fit a character.
Yes. Yes.
And
It takes a
so
lot of preparation too, man. Like taking on the
it
lead
does.
role, you have to get into character. You have to be ready. I mean, there's tons of lines. I remember my first time being a lead, and it was fun, but it depends on what you play, because once you're in
Yeah.
character, you could be either, you could be mean or you just don't want to talk to nobody. You want to be second, I know how that feels. It was like because. I met a lot of actors
Yeah.
too, on set where
Everybody's different.
they're
Everybody's
different.
different.
Everybody's different. I remember bringing a friend on set, and I told him, I said, "Look, I'm gonna bring you on this movie, and I'm gonna be filming with Paul Rodriguez and man, I forgot what's his name, Gonzalez, who played on Good Doctor. He plays a big part on there. But I said, look, there's gonna be some actors here, and don't say anything to them because you don't know if they're running lines in their head or they're in character or whatnot. What does he say when he first meets Paul Rodriguez? He goes, "Hey, Paul, hey man, I'm a big fan." And Paul Rodriguez stopped and looked at him. He goes, "You're a funny guy." He stopped and looked at him. He goes, "Yeah, I used to be funny." And then walked away from him. I'm like, oh, bro. And so, like, I was right there with, not too far from Paul. I was hanging out, just like, I swear to you, like, maybe like 2 feet, man, okay, like maybe 5 feet away, And I was
Mhm.
standing there, and he, out of nowhere, he comes up to me. He goes, "Hey, man, can I take a picture with a cholo?" I was like, "Oh, shoot." So we end up doing a little selfie or whatnot. And I was like, "Can you go here and,
Mhm.
can you take some pictures with the other guys, man? I know they really like you." He goes, "Yeah, man." So I think he might have just kind of broke out of character right there. So it was the right time to do that. But yeah, sometimes you don't know where their head is at. So I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but
No, no, I mean, it's true though. It really is true when people are in their lines, like you said, or they're in their head, like memorizing their lines. I mean, yeah, it definitely can
man,
break the
dude, I
moment
did a
at that
scene. I
time.
did a scene at a church, right? We did the short film Midnight Altercation. You can watch that on Chicano Hollywood app, and on YouTube. Anyway, man, I remember I did the scene, and as soon as I jumped out, I left the church. You got to push. I had to push this door open, and this door wasn't opening, and so I pushed it heck of hard. And that lady goes, "Hey, watch out!" I said, "Move out the effing way!" Right? And I was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." And she was actually a church member in that church. I was like,
Mm.
oh man, I was really heated because I was really into character, and I did all these lines, and I had to push this door open, and this door wouldn't open. So I, boom, kind of pushed, and she was like, "Hey," got kind of mad or whatnot, and I kind of told her something, and then that's when I calmed down a little bit. Like I'm like, hey, I'm so sorry. I apologize. I'm a Christian myself, and I just I felt bad after. But like a director told me, do not break character. I don't care what it is. You could yell at me, cuss at me, whatever it is. You're this character. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, all right, because I remember being man, I filmed in TJ one time, and he goes like, don't, and I got mad at him, and I said something. I was like, what, this and this, and whatever, and because I was really into it. He goes, and I go, hey, look, I'm sorry. He goes, nope, don't say sorry to me. Yeah, be that guy. Tell me off, cuss at me. I was like, what? So anyway, man, you just got to balance things out. That's good, man. Anyway, man, back to Second Chance. Good for him, man. I'm glad that he's out there and he's he took on a lead role and that's great. So in your movie,
a long time coming though, long time coming. So it's well deserved,
Yeah.
But
no.
yeah, going back to what would you say?
So can you tell us what celebrities you have on your movie?
Oh, I'm so glad you asked that. I really am. I was even thinking, Guy, how can I get?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we do. We have Sounds Cry. We got some really good artists on here. The actors that are here on this feature film.
Right.
There's. Let's see. How can we name them all off? We'll go from the beginning of who's been in the industry for a long time as well too.
Right.
We do that. Speaking of Paul Rodriguez, we got Paul Rodriguez in there.
Yeah.
He's one that's in one of the scenes as well, which I was really impressed. And he came aboard on Sounds Cry. Another one, Noel G. He came on as administration of the YA system. Took a role in that, a character role as Romero.
Shout out to Noel G. The man who plays. You see, a lot of people don't. Noel G. who plays Hector in every movie, man. Fast and the Furious.
I know,
Yeah.
and that's what I didn't want him to play. So he doesn't even look like Hector, which I'm so glad.
You did a good job.
On Sounds Cry,
tell him why. Why doesn't he not look like Hector? Because of what? Tell him.
Because I didn't want him to look like Hector at all. I told him, he had asked me, he had got word that I was casting a lot of people.
Yeah.
And he did ask me how come he wasn't casted, and I'm going to say that.
Yeah.
And at the time when I told him, I said, well, because you look like Hector and I don't want you to look like Hector.
So you made him do what?
And he was just blown away. And I said, no, really, I don't want you to look like Hector. And because this is a true story and I didn't want to take away from the authentic story.
I get it 100%. You typecasted him. Not just playing.
What happened?
I said, I get it. You typecasted him. I'm just playing. I'm playing though.
I didn't want that.
No, but see, this is a thing. You thought like a director. You thought like a writer, and that's okay. That's fine.
And you know what though?
This is your movie.
Yes, and not only that is because I didn't want to take away from Sam. I did not want to take away because it's about Sam.
Right.
And and it's a true story.
Right.
And it's a heartfelt story. And I didn't want everybody to say, oh my God, look at Hector again. Or, I didn't want that look of Hector. That, because that's a brand all by itself. And we all know that. Like Hector, he's a brand already, like all by himself with Hector. And I told him, I go, grow out your beard. Grow out your beard and let me see what it looks like. And I kid you not, he grew out his beard from March, April, and May. By the time we filmed, no kidding, 3 months had passed, and he had a full-on beard. Wow. And he goes, "How does this?" And then he took a picture and showed me. He goes, "How does this look?" I go, "That looks good. That looks really good." I go, let's do it.
But that's cool because he did that for your film. Like he did it. Like it's not like he had a beard already. Because I never seen him with the beard at all. Like unless he's doing.
No one's ever seen him with a full-on beard.
Right.
That season was the first time he ever had a full-on beard.
Right.
And that's the truth.
I think he even grew out his own hair at one time when he did his own movie. I think it was called The Ditch Party or something like that. If I said that wrong, my bad.
You know what made me? The one that made me laugh.
Yeah.
The one that had me laughing was when he did, when Noel did, what's that one he did? Oh, Psychopath, and he had no mustache. That one, I could not stop laughing.
Oh yeah.
Not because of the look. It was just, to
Yeah.
me, it was so awesome to see him as like a whole different character.
Yeah.
And then the scene that he does when he blows a kiss, I was
Yeah.
just I couldn't stop laughing at that one. I had to keep rewinding and then watching it again.
Yeah. Man.
Because it's funny. Have you seen it?
No, wait a minute. It
Oh
was.
my God! Don't tell me I lost you.
No, I'm right here.
Oh my
Can you
God!
hear
I
me?
hope I didn't lose you.
Sorry, I'll call you back. Hello, hello.
I'm so sorry.
It's all right. It happens.
Are
It happens.
are we back on the air? Are we back
Yes,
on?
yes, yes, yes. We are.
Okay,
We are.
good. I'm so sorry. So, anyways, going back to that, yeah, it was in 2020, January, February, March, and April,
Right.
that he grew out that full-on beard for the character of Romero, which is the YA administration. Did a great job. Did a one day shoot. That's it. We did all his scenes in one day.
Wow.
And yeah, and that was awesome, because when it comes to certain actors, it's especially with an actor that has a little higher rank than other actors,
Right.
because of the years of experience in the movies and stuff that they've done.
Right.
A lot of times sometimes their quote's a little higher, you know what I mean?
Yes.
And so instead of having them go like 3 or 4 days, I just said, nope, let's get all his scenes in one day.
Smart. I would do the same thing. Yeah.
You know what I'm
Same
saying?
pay
It's
rate.
like,
Be
get
like,
them in, get
this
them out,
one day.
in one day.
Yeah. No, you know what? I think that's great, man.
Yeah, I had to use wisdom. I mean, I really had to use wisdom behind all that,
Yeah.
and there had been some people that I did have to do it that way, where
Yeah.
I had to get those scenes all done in one day.
Shout out to Noah G though, man. I remember over 10 years ago, he came to my place. I put him in my music video, and when he showed up, he's like, "Man, I heard from 4 people, you're good people, bro. I wouldn't be here if they, I was like, man, that's cool. That's what's up, man. Like, so I'm guessing one of them might be Second Chance. There's some other people, man, that were in the Christian industry, like, doing music and stuff. So he's like, man, I got to jump on your music video. So it worked out, man. Shout out to Noah G. Got to work with them on 4 different projects. Got in together. We worked on one. We got a movie coming up, Second Chance. Yeah, man, I'm excited about that. So yeah, so let's talk about like how you brought me in your movie.
Yeah, well, that was unique, didn't you think so? I mean, during the time when I reached out to you.
Right.
And it's so funny, man, because we had been following each other, and I think it's really common, though,
Right.
for all of us who are in the Chicano movement of entertainment. I think there's a lot of us who are connected to each other because of us being like a community,
Right.
you know?
Right.
And we network together and we pull each other through, and I like the way it's moving, where we're all networking together,
Right.
and helping each other to get to our dreams and our goals and what we love to do,
Yeah.
And so, yeah, when I asked you, I remember I go, man, I gotta go, this is, like I said, this is way before COVID. And I was already working on this project, as far as getting everything ready and contracts and stuff. And I knew by watching you and more than a few others that I was like kind of aiming towards the look of who can play what, you know what I mean?
Right.
And so I wanted you to be the officer, but it didn't turn out because of the COVID and everything that happened during that year, that I wasn't able to establish that type of budget.
Right.
But the funny thing is that how full circle, here we are, almost 3 years later in the making of this movie. And I'll be honest with you, I think we it was supposed to be like a 15-day, like, total film day to finish. But, sometimes things happen, whether something didn't come out right or this didn't come out right or whatever it may be,
Right.
Or we had to add, some dialogue or, another scene. So those things came to pass where we had to add some more scenes, and which came out to almost like 21 days of filming total.
Okay.
So now here we are full circle, where I needed this dialogue. And when I met you at Cholo at the Hollywood, oh no, Chicano Hollywood, right? Not
Yeah.
Cholo, Chicano Hollywood. When I met you there, or met up with you in person for the first time after all these years that we've been talking to each other for so long,
Right.
I was so glad. It was so meant to be, because I started to go back and talk to the director about certain things about Sam's Cry, and there's some areas that we wanted it to add to it.
Right.
So which came to you and Gold Toes and Jerry Garcia and Sebastian. I mean, you guys are just talking about, look what I'm saying. Look at the entertainment of you guys, all of you, just what you
Right.
guys do.
Right.
Every one of you who are in entertainment, who have already like outlets, as far as like, you don't really see too many comedians on feature films. Come on.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm not so
Right?
much of a comedian. I just do funny stuff online, just
No,
messing
you do
around.
funny things, though, but you do.
I do.
Right? But you do. The funniest one that I was laughing at just recently, the one that it's the expressions that you make. It's
Yeah.
just so hilarious. So,
Yeah.
and I know that one that you did just recently with the what's his name? Oh my God, what is his name?
I don't know.
With the army one.
The army one.
Yeah, like
Oh,
you guys were the
Rolando.
Rolando.
Yeah, shout out to my homie, man. Yeah,
That
Gonzalez,
one
man.
had me laughing. I go, you're so
The
stupid.
tamale one, man, that was funny, and that was one shot too. That's what I like to do. Is like, here, grab this phone, press record, and we're just gonna do it. You know what I mean? Because me and him he's like, he wanted to plan on doing some videos with me, but I was like, man, if you plan on it too much, it's not gonna come out right. I said, here, press play and record, and let's see what happens. And that was just one. That was one try. But yeah, no, I was happy that you got me in, and 'cause you said you needed a board member, and when you asked me to be a board member, I was like, good. I don't have to play a thug or anything. Board member is kind of close to a little bit. I would say a little bit higher than being a police officer, because I remember you telling me, the officer didn't have too much lines, but being a board member really meant something. So when you told me about that, it was like
Dude,
the only
you
person.
ranked up.
Yeah,
you ranked
no.
up to working for the state.
And
What
so
are you talking
I just
about?
got off the phone with Go Toes, and that's why I was like, hey, you want to get Go Toes on there? Can you get Go Toes? I said, man, I've been hanging out with this fool like for a while now, man. That's my homie, man. But I was like, within seconds, he said, yeah. And then from there, he was like, let's get American Cholo in it. I said, all right, let me talk to her. All right, and he's in. Let's do it, man. It
Oh,
was
so,
just.
so all of a sudden you guys became the casting directors, huh?
We end up being casting directors. But yeah, no, I plugged him in, man, and he did a great job. I think everybody did a good job. And the only reason why I think that you picked good members, board members. If you think about it in real life, I'm a type of person that loves to give people opportunities. Gold Toes and his platform as being a record label and giving distribution to artists, is he's giving an opportunity to people to join his platform. American Cholo, and another reason why I thought this would be good, because he gives people an opportunity to be on his platform to give, to speak your mind. So why not get people like that on your movie? And I'm so glad that when you told me Jerry Garcia, man, I was already talking to Jerry Garcia. Like, me and him are cool. You know what I mean? He supports me, man. I mean, he talks about me on his podcast. He got my book. He talked about my book, The Life of Chepe. It plays for superheroes. You can get it on Amazon. No, man. So me and him are tight, man. In fact, before when I started doing this podcast, Jerry Garcia, that's the person I reached out, and he was telling me what I needed to do. He goes, look, man. Because I love his podcast. It's funny. It's hilarious. Because I talked to him. I told him that day on set, like, how do you, you record yourself, and I'm like, how do you feel about hearing yourself so much, man? Like, I can't talk to myself. That's weird. Like, but you must. Do you like hearing yourself talk? He was laughing. But no, I mean, it's something to get used to. I mean, this is my 5th episode, and I think I'm doing okay. I think I'm gonna get better and better as I go.
Oh yeah, that's one thing it does do. Like you start to develop, a lot of what do you call that? Well, you just develop the character of who you are.
Right. Yes, I believe that 100%. But anyway, man, we had some great people on this film, man.
Yeah, there's a
Excited. I'm
lot.
excited.
I can't even believe it sometimes when I look at it in the last 4 years and I seen how many cast I have on this film.
Yeah.
I'm just like, wow, I'm blown away. And a lot of them, I mean, just some really good. Just you guys are just great actors, and just great performance.
I mean, I did
Great.
all right. I did okay.
No, really, you gotta,
No, I was just,
when you see it all together, it's
yeah.
really it blows my mind. Do you know
Yeah.
Anthony? Anthony, I think it's Fernandez. Is that right?
Man, I gotta see a face. I'm sorry, Anthony. If I yeah, I have to see a face, and I may know
Oh
him.
my God. Now he plays a role which really amazes me, and he plays a role of
Oh,
like
wait a
a
minute. Anthony who? Fernandez? No, that's not
Middle
his last
Eastern.
name. Wait a minute. No, Anthony. What's his last name?
Let me see, Anthony.
Fernandez? Is it Fernandez?
I think
Fernandez?
so.
He's been doing acting
I
for a
think
long
so.
time, right? He's been doing pretty
Yes,
big movies and stuff. Yeah, that's the
yes,
homie, man. Yeah, if
yeah.
that's the same dude, because he was at Chicano
He plays
Hollywood.
a
Was he at Chicano Hollywood too?
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
he has
He
like
was.
a dark, little dark skinny dude with a
Yes,
tattoo on his
yeah.
neck.
He played a Middle Eastern doctor.
With a tattoo on his neck.
I don't know if he has a tattoo on his
Okay,
neck. I
well,
don't.
yeah, if it's the same dude, man, he's a good guy, man. Oh, well, you got a Mexican to play in Middle Eastern. Dang. Oh, okay. Well, all right.
Well, I
Now we're
got
doing it to
tired of
them,
them of
huh?
stereotyping us. We don't. Well, hey, they played us all
Yeah,
these years.
I know.
Remember,
I
they
know.
played us.
Hey,
Come
man.
on.
Next time, hit me up. I'll find you. I'll find you somebody. I know some people that could. But that's all right. You
Oh
need
no,
it.
trust me, he did a great job.
No,
He really did.
I bet, man. Shout out to Anthony, man, and all the
He
Middle
did. He
Easterns
did
too,
an
man. Shout
awesome
out to y'all,
job.
man. So is there a release date to this movie?
Yes, there is. It's February 17th. That would be for the cast and the crew, and you
Nice.
know, yes.
Wait a
When we
minute. What date
started,
again? What's the date?
February 17th is the cast and
February
crew and all of
17th.
us for
Okay.
entertainment.
Okay.
However, there is a private one that Sam's mom's having, and she's having it in the church. And
Okay.
I went ahead.
Yeah, I think you told me about
Yeah,
that one.
I made an agreement with her
Yeah.
prior to this movie, prior to even starting off writing.
Right. Right.
I told her I made a promise to her. So,
That is so
um,
awesome. And you know what? Let people know too, because
and no,
this
nobody in Hollywood does that.
and,
You
and,
know
and with
that.
everything that happened in this, I mean, I don't think you talked about this, but like about how he passed away and what had happened after that, because there was I know there was like I'm not, what was I gonna say? A protest? Was there a protest or it was like, yeah? And then Danny
Yeah,
Trejo was there, right?
there was a constant protesting and the fight and the justice of
His
what happened,
passing,
and
right?
so there were some laws that were reinforced, and there was a law that was going to be abolished, but instead, because of his death, it was able to stand. It
Wow.
was able to be enforced, and we always got to know the laws, and
Right.
our rights. And so, yeah, because of his death, there was some laws, some things that were enforced and changed behind his death. So
Oh wow.
that's what we fought for, was a certain I don't know the penal code or anything like that. I can't remember.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, there was a lot. I mean, like I said, this was a journey. Let me
Yeah.
tell you, it was a journey, and it was well worth it. It was
Yeah.
well worth it. It was a lot of tears, a lot of
Yeah.
just everything, and making a movie. I mean, not everybody can make a movie. It's like it's weird, but
Well,
when
Angel, man,
it's just
man, I congratulate you. I'm proud of you. You did it. You're letting people who are, I mean, whoever's listening, might be a first time, of everything, might want to get into the movie industry. They just don't know how. Maybe they're scared to just jump right into it. You're letting everybody know, like, hey, I did it, but I'm doing it all, and I think this is a great testimony. That God allowed you to make this happen, man. I think this is so dope, man. Congratulations to you.
thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not easy for a Chicana, like literally, for it's always been hard for us, but I seen the growth the last maybe 15 years
Yeah.
in Chicano Hollywood
Ho-
or Chicano entertainment, excuse me.
Yeah.
I've seen a growth in the last 15 years, and there's a reason why, and why God is
Look,
allowing us to develop
I,
such talent,
I,
and to come forward and to be on the platform. And I'll be honest with you, I mean, being a minority and making a movie, and then just and having this many cast,
yeah.
because it's a big cast.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really something to see it all like unfold, and I can't wait for the cast, the crew, and everybody to see this movie, because it really has a heartfelt message, and I believe it relates to many of us. Many of us. It has so much substance and knowledge, and just to be informed
Yeah.
about life in itself, and how we raise our children, how we mentor our youth,
Right.
how we stand for our rights and justice,
Right.
how corrupt that some people can be, facility, state, whatever, the corruption that happened. What we see today
Right.
was then and is now and still is. And so this movie will really hit home to a lot of people, of
Wow.
all
I bet.
of all colors, especially when it comes to mental health, PTSD.
Yes.
It really is going to hit home for a lot of people.
Wow.
Really.
Hey man, I'm very excited. I can't wait to watch it. I know me and you talked about doing a movie together too, and I'm excited about that too. You know what? I think I
Yes.
might have a film in mind for us to do, and it's a sitcom, but we could talk about that because I got it. It's all done. It's written. It's a pilot, and I think I really I don't know. Let me pray about it. I think it'll be dope,
Yes.
man. Because you're a go getter, and I see how
Yeah.
much. And I think you're gonna like this. I really believe you will. But anyway, man, is there anything that you want to say to the people? Let them know how they could follow you.
Yeah, that would be great. Actually, I love the followers on TikTok, and I like the TikTok community, to be honest with you. I'm under Angel Ray,
Yeah.
the artist, and that's my TikTok name. And then my IG is also Angel Ray, the artist, as well. Underscore underscore underscore. I think there's like 4 underscores with that's my IG.
Nice.
However, but yes, that would be awesome for the followers to jump on board to see where I'm at, what I'm doing, and the next projects that are going to be coming up. And I do have another project coming up, but it's theater, and it's called What It Is.
Ooh.
And I also am looking forward to working with you, as we talked about, doing a production with autism children,
Yes.
and doing a movie on autism.
Ooh, that's
Yes,
gonna be a good one. I can't wait.
Yes.
Angel, thank you. Thank you for allowing me
Yeah.
to interview you. I think this is gonna be a good one. I know it is. I'm excited. Again, thank you for jumping on.
Oh, I wish you all the blessings with all your endeavors and everything that you're doing in entertainment. I wish you all the best.
Thank you so much. All right.
All
We're out.
right. All right. Bye.
Yo, that was Angel Ray. She left her information, so if you have any questions about the film industry, make sure you hit her up. Man, I had a great interview, man. I thought this was dope. Y'all check out my new song, man, One Life. You can get that on all platforms, man. Just search lyrics One Life. Let's go.
Hey, can you feel like giving up? I bet your childhood was rough, huh? I know how hard it is for you to love, too hard to give a hug. I bet you feel like a black sheep. What the hell with my family? You don't wanna live, but you're talented and you got so much to give. Hey, you only got one life. Let me give you advice. Now everybody's gonna be your friend. Nobody wanna see you win. So let me see you smile, my G, because this world ain't gonna pause due to your mind disease. So put your mind at ease. Let's get it cracking like a pound leaf. Let's get it.
Only got one life. I'ma live it positive. Only got one life. I'ma make it do my thing.
but can you see it? No, but you believe it. Yeah. But it's gonna take time to achieve it. Cause it's gonna be perfect, you gotta lose before you win. So take that L, man, and raise that chin. Cause it's your time to speak with existence. Walk in faith, don't be tripping. God is good, you gotta consider it pure joy. Out the hood and I'm ready to deploy. And you could do that too, be that dude. If you get mad, don't be that rude. So live your life, Cuddy, you only got one. You lose it, you're done. Hey, but I know you're gonna make it. It's the same book but different pages.
Only got one life. I'ma live it positive. Only got one life. I'ma make it do my thing. Only got one life. Don't judge on how I live. Only got one life. I'ma make it through the end. Through the end. Darkness is temporary.
That body beat.
Clear Music Productions.
Light comes, gotta stay ready.